Deputy Ellis.
The rental sector can be a precarious place for those renting, so it is incumbent on local authorities and the government to ensure that tenants have the greatest possible security of tenure, so that families and individuals have stability and more than just a sense of security, but actual security. Unfortunately, this is something that a lot of tenants currently lack. Rents in particular have reached in many areas, particularly in the larger cities, almost exorbitant levels. Sustained and major increases in the cost of renting will result in more people living in insecure and often overcrowded housing, and others facing the prospect of being made homeless. That is why it is as a matter of urgency that the government must link the cost of renting to the Consumer Price Index. Government must legislate to regulate the boundaries within which rents can rise and fall. There is no impediment from implementing such legislation. The only impediment would be from those who have a vested interest in the ways rents are determined now. Fairness of security or security of tenure for tenants for the common good clearly doesn't come into it. Linking rents to Consumer Price Index would mean a simple change in the Residential Tenancies Act. This would then state that landlords would be unable to increase rents by more than the CPI figure in the period between their start of a lease and a new lease being agreed, both with current or new tenants. This is already happening in countries like Italy, Spain, Switzerland and the United States. The Consumer Price Index is a very useful gauge, allowing us to see inflation in the Irish economy on an annual basis. Tenants are constantly living under the threat of having the house sold from under them with little or no protections. A clear definition of why a landlord requires vacancy of the property is essential. We support Deputy O'Sullivan and the Labour Party's bill. Ultimately, Minister, though, supply is the answer. The increasing amount of social housing supply is the real answer to stabilise this market, which is completely and utterly, in my opinion, out of control. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Ellis. Deputy McBarry.